Hello, everyone. Welcome to December 4th, 2024, and the fourth day of the 12 Days of Christmas 2024 hashtag, where each day we are taking December 1st through December 12th to depict each of the verses from the well-known song, 12 Days of Christmas. And as well as it is well known, there is some information about variations on the lyrics that I thought some of you might find interesting. And I'm going to read this directly from Wikipedia here because it is a little too extensive to remember. It reads, the earliest known publications to the words The 12 Days of Christmas were an illustrated children's book entitled Mirth Without Mischief, published in London in 1780, and a broadsheet by Angus of Newcastle dated the late 18th or early 19th centuries. While the words, as published in Mirth Without Mischief and the Angus broadsheet, were almost identical, subsequent versions, beginning with James Orchard Hollowell's Nursery Rhymes of England in 1842, have displayed considerable variation. In the very early versions, each verse skipped the word on. For example, the last verse begins simply, the 12th day of Christmas. The word on was added later in Frederick Austin's 1909 version, and it became very popular thereafter. Another difference is that in early versions, the words, my true love sent to me. However, in 20th century variants, my true love gave to me is often the wording that is used and is particularly common in North America. In the 19th century variant, the gifts came from my mother rather than my true love. Some variants have, quote, juniper tree or, quote, June apple tree rather than pear tree, which is likely a mishearing of a partridge in a pear tree. The 1780 version has 4 collie birds, C-O-L-L-Y. Collie being a regional English expression for coal black, C-O-A-L, black. Also, the name of the collie breed may come from this word, the collie dog, C-O-L-L-I-E, may come from that word. This wording must have been opaque to even many in the 19th century because canary birds, colored birds, curly birds, and corley birds are also found in its place. Austin's 1909 version, which was introduced as the now standard melody, also changed the fourth gift to calling birds, which is what we are doing today. And this variant has become the most popular, although collie, C-O-L-L-Y, is occasionally still found. 5 gold rings from the originals have often now become 5 golden rings, especially in North America since the 1961 recording by Mitch Miller and the gang. In the standard melody, the change enables the singer to fit 1 syllable per musical note. The gifts on the final 4 days were often reordered. For example, pipers piping maybe on the 9th rather than the 11th day, and so on. So today, what I thought we would do is do 4. I have it written calling birds as we sing it nowadays. But change the way we depict these birds as collie birds, as in coal black birds. Because, for one thing, they are my favorite. And that makes it fun for me, and it makes it easy to try out my very, very beginner skills with Derwent charcoal. I've had these for some time. I've done some stuff with them, not a whole lot. Sadly, I could not find my blending stub. I'm sure I have new ones also somewhere in my other craft room upstairs. But I wanted to go ahead and get started today. So I will use a variation of, a variety, I mean, of things to blend with, and probably, sorry, the noise you're hearing is me getting some wet wipes, because what I'm about to say is that I will probably be using a lot of my own finger to do the blending. Now, as you can see, there is no background color yet on this page, and I do not want to oversaturate it with water as in days past, i.e. the first day of Christmas that I did, the first day of the 12 days of Christmas. So what I think I shall do is, well, I think I shall pull out my homemade melted crayons, and we'll just have a multicolored background. And that will also quickly cover a larger space. See if we can't go around the perimeter here first with the same color, or at least get that line. Oop. A little purple and orange there. Okay. Let's see what else we can get to come out. Change colors. Let's get some, we'll just try to match that there with some green in between. And we shall keep turning. Some of these have metallic bits in them that were melted into these square crayons. Some do not, so we will have a mixture of that as well. And let's see. See if we can get some pink to come out. And then the coppery brown for our base here, as we do not want our collie birds to just look like they're standing mid-air. Flying mid-air is one thing, but these ones are standing, so we should give them a nice deep bronze coppery base upon which to stand. Okay. That is sufficient for now, at least. I also have, with my small spread of Derwents, I have my, just a pencil that has a good rubber eraser, and my Sharpie S-Gel 0.7 ink pen, which I've been doing all of the outlining of our 12 Days of Christmas images. So let us start. Where shall we start? I think we should start dark, and work our way in. Now today with the charcoal we may or may not need to outline but I most definitely will need to set this page following its completion so that we do not get charcoal everywhere. Trying to keep that, oh, was trying to keep that eye as white as possible, but we can go back with my white gel pen and repair that. I thought the collie birds, meaning coal black, black is coal, made these charcoal pencils seem most appropriate to use today. And as simple as charcoal can look, I am a novice. And it is harder for me than it looks. I'll start with what's on my finger already just to get that off of there. Let's erase here, a little outside the line. Trying to pull from that outer edge there that I've gone around. Go just a little lighter here. Let's finish this guy. Luckily, fingers come in different sizes. To do some blending. All right, see some charcoal on the edge here with the tail, but I do not want. All right. Put that down for a second. It might be time to get the fingers clean again to be used for our second set of calling birds, or collie birds. Sing it whichever way you wish. Now, when I read from Wikipedia that the last 4, so days 9 through 12, the items or gifts were often interchanged, it made sense, because those are the ones, at least for me, that it was always hard to remember which ones were in which order. And when I looked through, as you can on Wikipedia, there is a graph that shows you the lyrics and the different years and versions when they came out, and which items or animals or gifts were given on each of the days. And I recall as a child singing some of those last ones differently than even this 1909 version that is what I have depicted for 12 Days of Christmas, as well as what I recall now as an adult. But yeah, there was definitely room to customize, and people did. Not unlike many other a song that has been sung in a variety of ways. All right. Wipe those fingers again. Although I see something I want to. I feel like I have to be so precise with charcoal, and it's probably the last thing I need to do. But I do want my birds to look like birds. So there we are. Well, I think we need a little bit of sharpening here. Okay, and what we got was a little bit. Just enough, I think. There we are. this guy's little feet. We don't want to do that. A good dark underbelly there. Those of you who are proficient in charcoals just have to close your eyes as I use my fingers here. I'm sure this is heresy, blasphemous even. But I promise the next time I use my charcoals, I will not do so until I have found my blending stubs. Now, in singing this song as a kid, we did sing calling birds, which to me I thought meant, you know, how birds call. They whistle, they sing. So to that end, before I forget, I think I shall add some musical notes. Again, not my area of expertise in any way, shape, or form. Just a visual depiction, representation. No idea if notes can go both directions like that or not. I'll flip them for down here. And a third up here, just because things in odd numbers are always more pleasing to the eye. Okay. And there we have that. I think I shall attempt, let's see. I know it looks like I'm completely going over, which I am, but lightly, our text down here. But I'm doing that so that, just like I have done up there, that instead of just black, we can use some colored ink. These pens are the Pentel Energel Liquid Gel Ink pens, again in the 0.7. These were the last purple pens that my stepmom had. Before she passed away. She was a purple fanatic. Imagine anyone around me being a fanatical about anything. Ha! But of course. Yep. Her love was purple. Purple and purple only. But, however, when it came to clothing, she would wear denim with purple, black with purple, which is what her hair was for the many, many, many of her last years. She would also add in the occasional gray and white. But those were pretty much her colors, and that was the extent of her wardrobe as well. Unlike me, she was not committed to solids. She did wear prints. I had several years, in which I really only cared for a few colors. Black, gray, versions of tans and browns, creams and whites, and no prints. No prints whatsoever. Everything was a solid. But I have grown out of that now. Let's color that in. That's fun. Yep, I have grown out of that now. I have even branched out into brighter colors, pink. I still won't wear red. It does not look good on me. Some things just don't look good with one skin tone, and red is definitely red, orange, any kind of rust or olive green. All the stuff that looks fabulous on my husband with his brown hair and his darker skin tone look fabulous on him, and they just muddy me out. So I avoid those. I try not to avoid them in art. I honestly don't even wear much purple either, unless it's in something, or unless it's the purple t-shirt that I stole from my dad's house a few years back. Ever since my parents were in a near-fatal motorcycle accident in 2014, every visit I've made out there, I've made sure I came home with an item of one or the other of their clothing. Obviously, at first, I did so at first in fear of, you know, losing them. And after that, I did so to have something that smelt like them, belonged to them, because they live so far away. And my dad still does. Although if you ask him, it's me who lives so far away. But I say, how can I possibly be the one who lives so far away when this is where our family started, and whereas a child and most of my adult years have been spent. And it wasn't until the early 80s that any part of our family left this area. And my father did not leave this area. My father and my stepmother did not leave this area until 1990. So, they are the ones who have moved away, far, far away. And by this area, I mean the very, very, very chilly right now Midwest of the United States, whereas my dad and one of my sisters and her family are in the very warm desert of Arizona. Okay. Let us add some of that black ink to define our number 4 here. And like in days past, I do so in a kind of a sketching motion. I'm going to erase a little here. We do not want our birds to look like they are spitting at one another. I think outlining and fussy cutting images are two of my favorite relaxing types of art. Feel free to put it in the comments section what your favorite type of art is. What is your favorite medium to use, shall we say? Not what you are best at, but what is your favorite? Which ones do you find the most calming? Which ones are the most exciting? Are there any new art endeavors that you would like to take up in the new year that will shortly be upon us? Now, this hashtag 12, the number 12, Days of Xmas, just to shorten it for the hashtag, 12 Days of Xmas 2024 is a collaboration between myself and the originator, Raul Reynolds of Raul Reynolds Drawing here on YouTube. I will link in the description box the information that I referenced about the variations in the lyrics to this song over the years, as well as links to Raul's YouTube page and my previous days 1 through 3 videos. Of the 12 Days of Christmas 2024 hashtag. I am purposely not playing even the instrumental of that song today, as I have done yesterday. But it is a very repetitive song lyrically, and it is only December 4th. We don't want to get sick of Christmas music yet. And it's also very much still morning where I'm at this time of this recording. And I don't want to stir up those in my household this early. Not today, anyway. Not today. Everyone needs some sleep today. Okay. Now there is a white charcoal pen. I don't know how well that will work with the teeny tiny eyes I've got going in, since there's already some black there. Yeah. I am going to have to grab my white Uniball Signo gel pen to get those white eyes. Oh, and I've noticed that we have not used our black ink down here yet. But we shall. Black and purple, I think, look very, very nice together. Very regal. Well, purple on its own is supposed to be powerful and regal. Almost finished here. I hope everyone is enjoying these videos of depicting the verses and the animals and gifts of the 12 days of Christmas. Oop. Going to see if I might be successful in at least getting my husband into the crawl space to get out the new Christmas tree box. And then that's when the fun can begin. Decorating at my own pace, or our own pace. I hope he joins me and that I can join him. In years recent, it's been a difficult task to accomplish together. We used to be able to do it as a family when the older children were still home. They've grown up and moved out. Oliver, our youngest, has autism and only tolerates, loves to look at the Christmas tree, but only tolerates, you know, helping to decorate it for one or two ornaments, and then off he goes to do what he likes to do. Which YouTube, you could not have a bigger fan or a more dedicated student to the content that is on your platform. He currently is getting into musicals and movies of the musical. Things such as Oklahoma, other Rodgers and Hammerstein, whichever way you say it. Musicals. And in fact, we were watching it, he and I, Oklahoma, in Spanish yesterday. He was the only one who understood it all, but I was right there watching with him for a little bit. He has much more of a tolerance, a perseveration for music and musicals than his mother. So, and there we are, 4 calling birds, or collie birds, whichever way you care to look at it, done with the small Derwent charcoal set. 4 calling birds. And our 3 French hens. Oop, sorry. Our 2 turtle doves. And camera malfunction. So sorry there. So sorry. And our partridge in a pear tree. Okay. So let me quickly turn back to that page just so that the charcoal does not get on anything else before I have a chance to set it. I want to thank everyone for watching today, and any of your comments below. I thank you ahead of time. I also thank you ahead of time if you would like to comment, share this video, subscribe, or click the like button as well. Give me that thumbs up. And I will see everyone again tomorrow for the 5th day of Christmas, which I think is everyone's, just because it's so much fun to sing that part of the song. 5 golden rings. So I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday and everyone is staying warm. And those of you in New York, Michigan, Pennsylvania, who just all got dumped on up to 5 feet, I heard in some places in Michigan, I heard yesterday, are safe, and that you are able to be with your families and friends and enjoy this time and not be in any distress. Winter comes to us every year, and Mother Nature has decided that we must start out this winter with in those areas at least, with a bang and lots of snow. So in any regard, I will, like I said, comment down below, if you would please, and then I will also put those links I've described in the description box for you to refer to and use to see Raul Reynolds' drawing, his depictions of 12 Days of Christmas, which I believe he's doing like days 1 through 6 as and releasing them all together. Perhaps all as one video, I'm not sure, but at least they will all at least be released at the same time. And then I believe perhaps go from there. I'm not sure if he'll do 6, 7, 8, or 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 as separate videos, or again, release them all as a chunk, or release them all as one video together. But again, please look for hashtag 12, the number 12, Days of Xmas 2024 to see all of our drawings, and I will link my previous days videos down below as well. Thank you for joining me, and again, have a great Wednesday. Goodbye, everyone.